So, what is it like to have a non dual awakening? Well, ultimately, awakening isn't something that happens to a person, it's more like something that stops happening. What ends is the belief that you are the I in the thinking. What ends is the belief that you are just this body and mind. And what's revealed is what is always here, this awareness, this presence, beingness, or simply what is. So ultimately, it's not something that happens in time. It's not an experience that you can isolate to any particular point or period. You can point to experiences and things that seem to happen, but it's recognized that this timeless awareness is the foundation for that whole appearance. And any hope or memory of an awakening experience happening to a person is an appearance of this ever present beingness. It's the simple recognition I simply am, or there is simply what is. And this amness or isness is unharmed and undisturbed in the face of all the appearances. It transcends and contains all the stories, all the fear, all the emotional pain. Its foundational essence is unconditional peace and love, and it's you. Not you as in an individual separate you, but the real you, this beingness, this presence that shines in all beings. This God nature, it's the fundamental substance of the universe. You see, you're not one with everything, not really. There was never any separation to begin with. There is only ever this formlessness appearing as all the form, non dual in nature. So it's a perceptual relaxing back as this beingness, not identifying with, not taking oneself to be any particular part of the appearance, any particular thought, or any particular personal narrative. Instead, it's resting as the perceptual basis for all of that, resting as the wide open expanse of pure space. And so within this can be an ever deepening mental and emotional stability, an ever blossoming embodiment of this truth. Ultimately, it has no beginning and it has no end because it's this timeless, dimensionless, infinite space that all apparent beginnings and ends appear within. But this ever present, unconditional, timeless recognition shines in the world of time, giving rise to what we call awakening experiences. However, just like all appearances in the movie have the screen as their essence, just like all the appearances in a dream have the dreamer's consciousness as their essence, all those apparent experiences, all those apparent awakening experiences happening in the world of the person have your true self, this timeless awareness, as their essence. Of course, that doesn't overlook the relative world of time and experiences that seem to play out. With non dual awakening, the relative world of time and the person still appears to play out, but with awakening, there can be a beginning. The beginning of a great mental and emotional relaxing, the beginning of the infinite embodiment journey. Something is glimpsed. I am more than just this body, mind, collection of memories, and collection of thoughts. There is this presence here that's before all of that. And what I took to be so real, all these stories about myself, all these doubts, all these fears are not who I truly am. They're not my true essence and are not ultimately real. They are but transient appearances that have nothing but this pure space as their essence. You see, for some, there can be a profound mental and emotional shift very suddenly in the body and mind. We hear the stories of the Eckharts, the Ramanas, and we imagine mind melting experiences of having reality blown away and replaced with perpetual, permanent feelings of bliss. But for many of us, it can be more of a gradual relaxing, a gradual unfoldment, depressurizing, relaxing into being as all the aspects dissolve. You see, the glimpse, the recognition, the awakening is always completely unconditional and completely immediate. It's already done, it's already achieved. It never happened, really. It was all a dream of you, the infinite dreaming consciousness, this beingness. But within this timelessness plays out the release of all the old conditioned energy patterns, all the old stuck emotions, right? A non dual awakening can be complete in itself, and yet in this recognition can appear afflictive states that survive the glimpses, great situational challenges, or great emotional pain and contraction, and even trauma. But if we say that these have to change to be awake, we're overlooking the truth that awakening is pointing to. Peace and stillness, despite these afflictive states, is the foundation for all the appearances. Once we may have tried to change the state from the paradigm of being a limited person who's trying to manipulate the appearance and become something new, go from broken and incomplete to whole and realized. But now, more and more, we begin to trust our already completeness as awareness. We begin to trust beingness to handle it all, the open intelligence. More and more, we see that as we rest as the awareness, rest as the beingness, an open intelligence deeper than the individual thinking mind begins to come through. We may have run around in circles for decades, imagining we're broken, trying to fix our thoughts and feelings by imagining we're a person that's trying to change them, suppress them, or ignore them. But more and more, we rest as the wide open awareness that all these aspects appear within. And instead of identifying with them and taking ourselves to be those limited identities, we rest open as the perceptual basis for all of that. We rest open as this boundless field of pure space that all these thoughts and sensations and forms dance within. We don't indulge in them, we don't try to suppress them. There was never that identity to begin with. We allow thoughts and feelings and forms to come and go just by our nature, just by simply being aware of our own beingness. So, what is it like to have a non dual awakening? This: nothing special, nothing ordinary. This ever present beingness that truly is, or is what you truly are. Seeing itself, remembering itself, like when you go lucid in a dream, nothing's really happening to the dream character, nothing new is being achieved. It's just that you're remembering something. You're remembering that you're not just the dream character, right? You're the consciousness, the infinite mind of the dreamer that can potentially dream any dream. And so you look around at the walls, the furniture, the plants, the trees, the animals, the other people, buildings, suns, stars, planets, and galaxies, and you realize them all to be you. You're not connected to them. They are quite literally you, but not you as an individual you as in infinite you, God nature you, infinite beingness, this space in and around all the form, the screen that the movie of all our lives plays on, the consciousness of God that all our lives are imagined in. Because there is no separate I, no separate Alex who had a special non-dual awakening experience and you didn't, or has something special that you don't. It's the recognition that ultimately there isn't two separate people here to begin with. It's all you, all us, all the mind of infinite beingness. Ultimately, I am just you, beingness, talking to you, beingness. And so, what's it like to have a non dual awakening? It's like the heavy, dense ideas and concepts about being just a person drop away, either suddenly, gradually, or in stages. It's like the whole theatre of that mental world of thinking and imagination loses its ability to obscure the simple clarity and reality of what is. It's like there is just seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, sensations appearing and disappearing without a trace. It's like what's already happening. It's like this already. It's like seeing that even if it seems to strongly play out, I am not the me in you make me angry. I am the unconditioned I. It's like the infinite embodiment of this recognition over apparent time, like a great relief, a great emotional and mental relaxing, like a complete knowing and unknowing at the same time, and the complete embrace of all of that. It's like just being and watching the dance of form, like recognizing and expecting ever increasing relaxation and harmonies play out, but equally complete readiness for anything. For anything can happen. Equally, it's all in the imagination of infinite being, like deeply knowing, not intellectually, but perceptually, that none of the form disturbs the formlessness, and that is what I essentially am, or is what is. And so it's a deep existential safety, a remembering of who you truly are or what truly is. And it was weirdly so obvious and weirdly got so overlooked and got forgotten about because it's you, it's what already is. And it can appear to happen as huge, profound shifts or like many small glimpses that seem to ever increasingly deepen over many years. But ultimately, it never really happened. It was all a dream of you, infinite being. And so, what dream are you going to dream now? I hope you enjoyed this video. Just to let you know, I've released a free mini course to end mind identification, release uncomfortable emotions, and relax into awakened peace. If that interests you, the link to access it is in the video description. Alternatively, if you feel called to explore awakening and embodiment very deeply, I invite you to join Awake and Embodied. Over there, we have the deep awakening and embodiment sessions, weekly live group calls, and meetings with me, all to support you with the journey. The link for that is in the description too. See you in the next video. Peace.